Good evening, everyone. Well, I haven't done videos in a long time and in a while, so I decided just to do it recently. Now, I know a lot of you have been wondering about how do you get past, or probably some of you have been wondering. Actually, to be honest, I do want to question if you guys have been doing this event at all, because I know that this unit sucks. But hey, it's still worth the go around. He's a free unit. You can get him to 5 max limit breaking, and he's another water unit, a water luck unit in my view. And he's probably, like I said, he's one of the two that come out. And there's mostly, to be honest, and sadly, gotta admit, there's actually mostly dark luck units out there at the very moment. We will eventually get another Fire Luck unit that's True Wilkin, but that's in the coming future. But for now, let's get back to the subject, and let's get back to what this is about today. Now, Awoken a Protector's Pride. Now, many of you are probably having some difficulty slightly trying to get this boss, or trying to beating it. Now, as you can see, this is my team, and there is literally no difference in what I'm doing here. Now, this is my gear setup, though this is kind of a wrong gear setup, but let me fix this. Put on the right gears, and set up everything properly. And that's about it. Yeah, that's really it. That's all there is to it. This is only a big difference, and that's all really I have to suggest. Now, as you can see, I'm using Earth Relic Grand Floridae, which adds a 20% increase to all stats for Earth Elemental types, which I gotta admit comes in handy, especially since I have an all Earth Elemental team here. And not just that, but there's also a few other bonuses that come in handy for this battle, such as the Breath of Gaia. Increases all allies' HP by 500 and increases damage to water elemental units by 25%. So, yes, this effect only works once. It does not stack, so if you try to put in the other guy, I forgot his name, he is Giant. Our friend over here, Mr. Olgith, sorry. Olgith actually has the same ability, so Breath of Gaia, but yes, like I said, it only stacks once, so there is no point in bringing another Earth of Gaia person along. No, that's not also the point. The point of this is, let's just put it like this. My whole team is basically Earth Elemental, and Earth Elementals are the strongest against Water Elementals. It's basically a whole team set around to defend and damage him quite easily. Now, also to top it off, you have our breakers here. You got Tornado and Arth, which are both great breakers for this kind of battle. Now, I do suggest using Arth and Tornado in combination because, like I said, they have the highest breakpoint damage or break damage in the game. If this becomes difficult for you to accomplish, just try your best. Most of you might not have Arth, but he is easy to get unit versus Tornado. And as you can see, I'm using also Fen, but he's not really necessary in this battle. Fen's just there because he's, Fen. He's one of the Earth units that are there. You could also use Paula, or if you guys want a good Earth healer, decent Earth healer, Katilao, sorry. Katilao. Okay, that's a bit weird pronunciation for me. And a tongue twister. Or if you guys want a different Earth healer, of course, my favorite, Valhalla. Now, what's this battle? What is this battle really about? Now, what this battle really is about is trying to get him to be broken, because apparently from what the data says that you can break him, making him 100% way easier. Now, the only difficult part about this is one of his skills that he actually has. Now, the said skill is activated when he is As you can see, I'm using my arts right now, so... Now, as you can see there, that was a weird shield that was put up just recently. That shield pushes my units back and sends them all the way back to the back. Now, a good unit, like I said here, is, like I said, a good unit here is, Arth, especially for DPS, and wow, he popped up the barrier right as soon as I activated my art. Sweet. Yeah, he's not gonna get away with that one. Now, another good unit is, of course, my friend over here who keeps healing my team by 40%. Yes, I do love that ability that she just keeps healing my team by 40%. Well, truth be told, I really don't need to do anything on this battle. I just leave it to auto. Yes, I leave it to auto by itself. There is, like, literally nothing for me to do here or touch or whatsoever at this point. As I said, once you break him, he receives 3 times the damage, so it's pretty easy to acquire this 3 times break. It's not difficult for me to break him since I have Arth and Tornado just dealing so much damage to knock down that break in seconds. Now, along with it, Tornado adds in her own break buff, so it comes in handy when I just need to throw her to activate her art for Arth to get both an increase in break and an increase in damage from, well, an increase in damage from all sources from break. So that's about really it. So if you guys have Tornado, this will be quite the cinch since she paralyzes him too. Oh, yes, failed to mention that just now. He is vulnerable to paralysis. Now, I openly admit that he is vulnerable to it because he is, like, as you could see, I have all the equipment based on paralyze. He is not vulnerable to frost, as I have not tested that yet. Or stun, I have not tested that either. But I believe paralysis would be probably the best way to handle him, since most ranged units are including that paralysis. And another unit that you guys might have that also does paralysis and is one of my favorites at this point in moment is, let me go to him, Edram. Edram, even if he's not an earth unit, he is still good for both break and, well, not break, actually, he's just really good for breaking down defense. But he is very weak to water, so be careful when using him, guys. So it makes him more vulnerable to damage, more susceptible to damage from Quon, or Qual. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Now, with that being said, that's all this guide is about. It's just basically surrounding on how to survive and defeat him quite easily. Now, as I said, just basically focus on trying to paralyze him with your Earth team. If not, try to go focus around break damage so that you can actually defeat him easily. Sorry, that was really a bad grammar judgment. That's all there really is to it. I don't have any defensive play here, but defensive play wouldn't be so bad here in this battle, but if you guys really wanted to go defensive, like I say, Valhalla would be probably your best bet for defensive play, since he is, he has, defensive equipment. So if you guys do not have her or Tornado, a good team would be, let me think. Catamilo would not be good in this battle. So, something like this. Now, to be honest, I don't really think Paula would be a good advice for this battle, since she is all around physical and healing. But still, and to top it off, she's also close range, not far ranged. But her skill actually comes in handy, since it actually also includes paralyzing. So, with that said, that's all there really is to it, guys. Though I don't know if he's weak to or vulnerable to poison ailment, so I have yet to test that either. So go ahead and give it a try if you guys want. I could try it right now and give it extra. That's not a bad idea. Let's actually give it a try. Now I do have most of the newest gears that actually came out. It comes in handy just to actually find one of these gears. Now let's see. I should also have. Where is it? Okay, so my 5-star equipment is up here. No, it's useless. Let's see. Can I find anything good around here? Well, that's a big question mark. I guess I'll be using that then. Alright. So Jaime would be my best bet here. 2 Jaimes actually. Yes, I'm going to go with 2 Jaimes, and I have a bunch of Jaimes, honestly. Like, I have not gotten rid of them all. Though I am sacrificing my equipment here. We're just switching around. Oh, wait. I think it's up here. Here we go, up here. Which one was it? Oh, here we go, right here. Alright, yes, and I have 2 of them, by the way. I was happy to get my second one. Let me see. Okay, actually, let's give it a test try, see if he's vulnerable to frost. Mind you, I don't think I'll be able to get close range with that so easily. But let's just give it a try. So you know what? I will not actually use that, because I don't want you guys trying to run equipment you might not have. And to be honest, it's kind of cheesy just for me to constantly be using something like that. Wait a minute. Why was I using that one? That's Earth Elemental. I just realized that. Oh, jeez. I really blundered that one, guys. Why didn't no one tell me? As if you guys can talk to me. Man, that was a good one. Let's see, do I have anything that will cancel him out? Jeez, I really don't. What a baffled moment. I really gotta put, sorry, these relics right here from Ifrit, actually I have finished it. I just have not even tried putting it together. No, and status ailments are still applied, by the way. So, yeah, that kind of is useless, but hey, it's about the only gear I actually have that prevents all types of damage. Now, Valhalla here will just retreat to the back and probably create no problem at all. Now, as you can see there, he got paralyzed. And he got poisoned. Okay, so he is vulnerable to poison. So with that being said... Oh, it's a bit laggy. Oh, jeez. I do wonder if she is able to... Oh, she was able to actually skip behind the barrier and actually damage him. So that's actually pretty good to know. Mind you, she does not have much of an... Oh, that's actually pretty good to notice. If you guys have been noticing, she's actually kind of kicking his butt all in all, without even trying. Mind you, she is still yet to be maxed. She's yet to show off her true powers here. Oh, this is actually gonna be quite the cinch. Wow, actually, that's pretty unbelievable. I did not think I was actually gonna win this that easily. I honestly did not think that was gonna work. Wow. Yeah. So there you guys have it. Another good team is Valhalla. Now, mind you, sure, Raise isn't really a necessary item for this battle. And with that said, that's really all there is to it. As you can see, she's actually just spamming the equipment like it never existed. But either way, guys, there you guys have it. Another set team that would work properly is, no, you don't actually have to have Izumi. Izumi was just an equipment I thought would be a good idea just to stick in there, just for her arcades to be spammed. And that's all there really is to it. Versus everything else, yeah. So we tested Frost like I thought. It wasn't gonna work. Izanami really did not freeze him. So, actually that's not true at all. Truth be told, she's not a close range fighter rather than a far range fighter. So making it a better way to actually make her DPS work in your hand would actually be to use, Hajikata's gun. Hajikata's gun would be best suited for her since it's a ranged weapon and it actually adds in critical damage. So there you guys really have it. You can just nuke him to death with nuke him every single time with Hajikata and Paula. Mind you, Paula does get a true awakening in the future, so I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Making Paula even more of a powerful unit and handy to have in your team, making me want her even more in the future. Now, like I said, you might not need Valhalla for this battle. You could also swap him out for, well, as I said, Katilao. Katilao does not really satisfy your good there in the books. Because first of all, her 2 last equipment is only 4-star and her defensive gear is 5-star, which makes her quite useless, sadly. Now, another good healer would be, actually that's probably the only healer, yeah, like I said, other than her, which I would love you guys use, Harlot, which would be the best, would be the most suggested one between them all. Oh my, I did not consider this, but apparently, is it for herself, or is it for a whole team? Let me see something, hold on guys, I want to see, yes, it will state if the buff does not work. It'll show in the thing. Okay, so the buff is a passive for the unit only, not the team, so yeah. I just want to be certain about that one. Alright, no problem, because it doesn't say for all in the name, the context. But either way, give it a test try. Now, as I said, Harlot is best for healing and damaging in this battle. But all in all, guys, that's all there really is to it. Just break him, deal damage to him, and do your best to knock him out. But he isn't like, since most of you don't consider it, you guys might not want him. Others might want to try and get him just to get him, collection, etc, etc. And that's all there really is to it, guys. I do hope that you find this video informative and a little bit helpful. Mind you, oh that's right, I did not even cover what other unit combinations you can go with other than Earth. Now, if you guys have her, a good replacement for Fen would be actually to use, and yes, I mean this, would be Serpa. Serpa would be probably the second best unit for that kind of situation, especially since she adds in healing and she adds in equipment cool time. With that as well being said, another unit that would be good, probably Feint would also work, because Feint isn't considered a status ailment rather than a passive ability. Because from what I realize is that if you're to use it on that dragon I did post a week ago, was it? he was not vulnerable to any status ailment other than faint. So faint may not be considered an ailment. With that being said, he is probably 100% likely to take less burn damage, so I do not suggest using fire, honestly, when that comes down to faint. So do not use fire team units at all, guys. That would not be suggested. Frost, I have not tried it yet. He is probably vulnerable to it. Probably. I do not give that 100%. Though I do suggest he might be vulnerable to blind, like I said, faint. He's definitely vulnerable to paralyze. And you could also debuff him. I also recently got her in my work. Courtney. Courtney is very handy in my perspective. I've thought she would be somewhat useless, but seeing what her skills were and how useful she could be made me think otherwise. Mind you, she does not bring a lot to the table, and her art takes a while to cast, but still, it comes in handy to know that she's around and kicks butt. Well, the fact that her true art really makes me actually quite happy. Reduces attack and defense by 50%, and break resistance by 30%. Reduces enemy status ailment resistance by 30%, which is pretty actually good. It's actually pretty useful for most common battles, but not the point. Who else would be good for a battle? Like I said, Endram would be good. If you guys want, you could also go with, who was it? What's his name? I forgot his name real badly. Marzex. Marzex, being that he increases his own damage by 50% to all races except gods. So he gets stronger killing this guy because he's a human. Now, if you guys are going to use Marzex, then I suggest you also bring along Rayan. Rayan being, you know, the one unit that you might consider in this battle, but though, like I said, that shield would probably knock you back a peg or two, making it a little bit harder for you to knock down his break. But either way, that still comes in handy to know that he would be handy for this battle. Oh, and like I said, paralysis. So if you guys were thinking, like I said, if you guys think about it through, another paralysis unit would be Rhodia. Rhodia, being that she actually jumps in the air, then falls upon the enemy, makes it a lot more handy to avoid the shield and pass right through it, allowing her to paralyze him more often. Or if you guys, okay, I did not intentionally need to click that. Or if you guys want to go with it, Alphala, though Alphala really isn't one of the top units in my listing to say, yeah, let's go with him, he's awesome. No, I'm sorry, I can't really say that. I don't even know if he is going to be even useful. I have never tested him at all. So, though, give him a try. He actually has a pretty good gear set. Defensive play mostly, but yeah. If you guys have Alphala, he's really a defensive type and defensive play unit, which makes him quite handy if you guys really want to go defensive play. With that being said, guys, that's all there really is to it now. Sorry about before, but now this is the end of the video. I wish you guys the best of luck and have fun.